with lush countryside, heritage and culture, myths and legends, and a warm and friendly welcome, we can only be in one place: the valleys of South Wales. Hello and welcome, croeso cynnes I chi. I'm Amanda Prothero-Thomas, and over the next 15 minutes I'll be guiding you through this historic region of Wales, popular for its walking, cycling and other activities. So sit back, relax and let us do the legwork for you as we show you how to get the best out of your break, starting here in the beautiful borough of Caerphilly. Caerphilly Castle, nestling in the heart of Caerphilly town, is one of the finest medieval monuments in Europe. Caerphilly is the largest moated castle in Britain and was one of the first concentric castles to ever be built. Nowadays the castle is famed for its leaning tower and ghostly goings-on. The fascinating castle is steeped in history, and legend has it that the ghost of the French princess, known locally as the Green Lady, can be seen on a moonless night. Just a short drive from Caerphilly is Cwm Carn Forest. What was once a mining area is now a verdant forest of larch and pine, with beautiful walkways and picnic areas. The area is dotted with historical castles and manors. Another must-see site is Llancaich Manor. It was designed by David ap Richard to be easily defended during the turbulent reigns of the Tudor kings and queens. Its former residents, the Pritchards, extended the building in 1628 to demonstrate their wealth. 14 years later, in 1642, when civil war broke out between king and parliament, Colonel Pritchard was actively involved in raising men and money for the royalist cause in Glamorganshire. Nowadays, Llancaich Manor visitors will experience the house as it was in 1645, when King Charles I visited. Throughout the day, we'll be greeted by 17th century costume servants, giving you an insight to life as it really was during this period. The manor is especially popular during the winter, with guided ghost tours. You may even meet the local friendly spirits. Everything within the valleys is within easy travelling distance, and major attractions can be explored from any base. You can even use one of the dedicated cycling and walking routes like the Celtic Trail. There's also a good selection of independently run places to stay, like this one, Llwyn Lago Farm Guest House, located in the Rhymney Valley. In the mid-19th century, the mining industry swept into this lush valley, changing the landscape and lives of its inhabitants. Now the collieries are all but gone, the Winding House Museum and its huge steam engine serve as an interesting and important reminder of the area's heritage. Welcome to the Rock Country Inn and Restaurant in Blackwood. This newly refurbished establishment offers a well-stocked bar. The restaurant serves hearty meals like ribeye steak and homemade soups, perfect after a long day exploring the 4 surrounding country parks. The ensuite B&B accommodation here is gorgeous, and with each of the 4 rooms having its own theme and stunning views of the surrounding scenery, you may not want to leave. The borough of Blaenau Gwent sits neatly just off the A465 heads of the Valleys Road. In Ebbw Vale you'll find the Festival Shopping Park. Set in 70 acres of parkland, the shopping park offers big discounts on branded goods. The 200-seater restaurant is situated in the Old Garden Festival of Wales site and has panoramic views across the valley of Ebbw Vawr. All the towns throughout the valleys are worth a visit. If you can travel to nearby Tredigga, you can even shop at Doctor Who's official jewellers. As well as shopping, the area has plenty of heritage trails which incorporate local history, myths and facts, and a great way to explore and learn. The borough also has 5 district heritage museums which capture and celebrate the region's distinctive history. Find out more at Theyre, Blaenau, Bryn Mawr and Tredigga museums or via the Vale Archival Trust. Finding somewhere to eat, drink and sleep throughout the valleys won't be difficult. The region is famous for its hospitality and friendliness. Much of the cuisine uses food sourced locally and many places have a fair trade status. Visit one of the regular markets where shopping comes with a human face. Vale and Theyre are just 2 towns offering regular outdoor markets. For a traditional Welsh Valleys welcome, you can't beat staying in a privately run guest house like Roslyn B&B. Situated just off the A465 is Parc Bryn Bach. There was once a coal mine here, not that you'd know it now. Set in 340 acres of mixed grass and woodland with a 36-acre lake stocked with fish, Parc Bryn Bach is the perfect place to get back to nature and try your hand at one of the many adventure activities. The park offers a whole host of things to do, from fishing and walking to instructor-led activities like canoeing and kayaking. And if adrenaline-fueled activities aren't your style, there's a 9-hole golf course, driving range, visitor centre and host of nature walks to keep you occupied. The valleys are only a stone's throw from the M4 near Cardiff, and with the investment into the A465 head of the Valleys Road, travelling to and from the region is easy. On the borders of the Brecon Beacons is the borough of Thorfaen. The Industrial Revolution swept through the valleys of South Wales like nowhere else in the world. The Blaenau region's role was so significant it has been recognised with a World Heritage status, and nearly half the World Heritage site is within the Brecon Beacons National Park. Until 1980, the Big Pit here was a working colliery, but it's now a museum where you learn all about coal mining and the black diamonds of the Industrial Revolution. You can even journey 100 metres underground guided by ex-miners, guaranteed to enlighten and entertain you. Kitting up in the proper safety gear for an hour-long tour through the mines is essential. As well as being home to the Big Pit National Coal Museum, the site also houses the Blaenau Cheddar Company. There's something extra special about the Pwll Mawr cheese. Available here, it's matured underground in Big Pit. But if you don't fancy venturing into the depths of the pit to pick your perfect piece, then just pop into the shop on Broad Street. You can even see how the cheese is made. Nearby are the Blaenau Ironworks, the remains of 5 former blast houses and workers' houses which date back to the late 18th century. The cottages resemble what they looked like during the Industrial Revolution. The Ironworks is also the setting for BBC's Coal House series. To complete the picture, visit the excellent World Heritage Centre. You won't fail to see historical buildings and towers dotted all over the region, but you can also enjoy sailing and fishing at places like Llandegfedd Reservoir, 434 acres of still waters packed with rainbow trout. Not far away in Cwmbran, you can pop into the cosy cafe at Green Meadow Community Farm and make friends with some of the rare and pedigree animals. In all of the areas we've shown you, there's a good selection of locally run accommodation to choose from. And for a real Welsh Valleys experience, why not stay on a farm? This is T. Sean Jacob Farm, where you can chill out whilst watching the stunning sunset over the surrounding countryside. This farmhouse is in an idyllic setting, perfect for a relaxing break. Merthyr Tydfil and the metal industry go hand in hand. The surrounding valleys were once a hotbed of activity, firstly with iron and then with steel. During the height of the metal industry, Merthyr Tydfil was the largest town in Wales, and the iron it produced went as far away as South America and Siberia. In 1700, only 700 people lived in Merthyr Tydfil, but by 1800 it was home to 50,000. Such was the scale of the iron industry in this area. At nearby Ponstycyll Reservoir on a calm day, you may even see a pike breaking the surface, or if you're lucky, a red kite soaring overhead. All this can be viewed from Brecon Mountain Railway. A great way of seeing this inspiring landscape is by vintage steam locomotive. The Brecon Mountain Railway allows you to admire views across the reservoir to the peaks of the Brecon Beacons National Park. You can hop on right here in Pantasgallog near Merthyr Tydfil. Here at Cyfarthfa Castle, the former residence of William Crawshay, a wealthy and powerful ironmaster, is a museum and art gallery dedicated to the area's industrial heritage. Also on site is Cyfarthfa Castle's own cafe, which offers traditional home-cooked Welsh food and is a great place for a nice cup of tea. After a rest at one of the many cafes and pubs dotted throughout the region, you may be ready to stretch your legs. The Taff Trail, which links Cardiff to Brecon and passes through here in Merthyr Tydfil, is an idyllic 55-mile multi-purpose trail. It's mainly traffic-free and combines former tramways, railways and canal paths, and is ideal for cyclists, walkers and horse riders in some parts. At number 4 Chapel Row here in Merthyr Tydfil, you'll find the birthplace of the great composer Dr. Joseph Parry, who wrote the tear-jerking hymn Myfanwy. The house has been taken back to 1840, the year of Parry's birth. Much of the accommodation throughout the valleys of South Wales is made up from family-run businesses like this one, Llwynon Guest House, with stunning views overlooking Llwynon Reservoir near Merthyr Tydfil, where you will be assured of a genuinely warm and friendly welcome. Nowadays, the roller coaster landscape of hills and vales provides hours of outdoor activity. But during the industrial era, the valleys bore the currency of the area, coal. The Rhondda Heritage Park's Black Gold Tour features a fully guided tour with ex-miners. It includes the pit-head buildings and a simulated trip underground to experience life as a coal miner. From the preservation of the mining heritage of the Rhondda to 500 acres of wonderful countryside in Theyre Valley Country Park, which used to be home to 19 collieries. From coal to iron, the Cynon Valley Museum here in Aberdare takes you along on an interactive journey through the changes this valley has experienced. The museum and gallery is housed in the former 19th century ironworks and displays the best contemporary Welsh art, craft and design. It was over 100 years ago that many Italian immigrants settled in the valleys. Italian restaurants and cafes are now plentiful. This is Mr. Creamy, the area's very own award-winning dairy ice cream shop. The undulating landscape of the area provides the perfect setting for a round of golf. The 18-hole Rhondda Golf Club has staged the Welsh Masters tournament and has named each of the holes after former collieries in the area. But if golf isn't your thing, why not try a hand at one of the many adrenaline-filled activities provided by Welsh activity breaks. Activities like quad biking, gorge walking and go-karting are great fun, but certainly aren't for the faint-hearted. Whether you've spent your day quad biking or enjoyed a round of golf, you need somewhere to lay your head. On the edge of the Brecon Beacons in Hirwaun, you'll find Tŷ Newydd Country Hotel. This delightful 1930s country house has 28 ensuite bedrooms and provides locally sourced traditional and modern Welsh cuisine. The hotel also has stunning views of the surrounding valleys and the Brecon Beacons. It's not just the Scottish that make great whisky. Here on the northern fringe of the valleys, you'll find the Penderyn Whisky Experience, which produces some of the finest Welsh whisky. So good, in fact, that the Prince of Wales serves it at Highgrove. Penderyn whisky is regarded as some of the best in the world, and here at the distillery you can see how water from the Brecon Beacons is turned into this fine malt whisky. I'm afraid that's all we've got time for here in the valleys of South Wales. We hope you've enjoyed our whistle-stop tour of this fantastic area and that it's inspired you to come here and explore it for yourself. For more information on what to do and where to stay, you can go online www.wisdomandwalks.co.uk. Until the next time, from myself and the crew, goodbye. Tan y tro nesa o fi'r crew. Hwyl fawr.